Welcome to another video. This is JC Diaz. Today's episode of JC Diaz Uncensored is brought to you by no one, just me, no sponsors. In today's video, I would like to address the American people, and I have a message for my fellow US citizens. And I feel it's important that we pay attention to what's going on around us. And I would like to talk to you guys about that message. So let's get the show started. I'll be back in a minute. And we are back. I want to say thank you to my subscribers for supporting me. Please hit like, share, and subscribe. And I will continue to bring good content to you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. I believe we are 362 subscribers right now. We are slowly growing, but we are growing. This is a growing community, so please hit like, share, and subscribe. All right, so let's get into the message I have. You know, those of you who have been married before I'm sure can relate to this. There is a point in a relationship you realize there is no going back. You know, you try several times. You said you went to counseling. You try to work it out with this person. And at the end of the day, you just realize you are not going to make it with this person. There's just no going back. So you make the decision to whether have the other spouse file for divorce or you file for divorce. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, there's a point of not come back, not going back. I feel we are at that point with the American government, the United States government. And I'm going to explain myself. I believe the last positive president we had was Bill Clinton. And I'm not saying Bill Clinton was perfect. We all know all the controversies that he had, the affair that he had, all the allegations. But if you guys remember, when Clinton was in office, the government was at a surplus. Ever since then, we have been going downhill. Ever since then, we've been going downhill. And we've had, after Clinton, we had Bush, we had Obama, we have Biden, we have Trump. Obama 2 times, Bush Jr. 2 times, Biden 1 time, and Trump 2 times. And in each one of the circumstances, each one of these different presidents that we've had, we have been what we would call, that famous show that's called Punked. We have been punked. Every single time we have been punked. You know how we are like a battered wife who has an abusive husband, or the opposite, or a battered husband who has an abusive wife. Usually narcissist people, after they commit the abuse, they will bring you flowers and they will swear that they'll never do it again. You know, your spouse is abusive verbally to you. It doesn't have to be physical. Your spouse is abusive verbally to you, putting you down the entire time during the day, and then expecting you to hug that person at night. And when you don't do, now you are the worst person in the world, and etc. Right? I feel like at this point we are like a battered wife. We continue to forgive our government by thinking that by voting for the other side, things will get better. So I don't know if you guys, I hope you guys are following what I'm trying to say. The government, when I say the government, I'm not referring to the government right now that's in power. I'm referring to the government as a whole, right? More specifically to the executive and the legislative branches, the two branches. The judicial branch, that would be for another day. But the legislative and the executive branches, I'm referring to that government. Whether is, ever since then, I'm gonna give you an example. Clinton is out. George Bush comes in. We get dragged out into this long war. And I do know that, it was 9/11 happened, but we all know we went into Iraq and were in there for almost 20 years, lost thousands of lives. We were looking for something that wasn't there. So we were punked. We were cheated. We were lied to. And we ended up in a war that lost thousands of lives. So that's George W. Bush. The economy in decline. Uh, he sent out some payments to try and help the situation. He kept denying. He kept denying that the economy was bad for 7 years. The last, actually 6 years. The last 2 years, he finally came out and said, you know what? I do recognize the economy is in decline. I'm going to send rebate payments to the American citizens to try and help the situation. The point is, we were duped into believing the economy was doing great, even though we were seeing what was happening. The government continued to lie to us. Then here comes, after Bush, here comes Obama. Obama found an economy destroyed by the previous administration. Obama comes in, new American hope, first black president. We are all so happy. Everybody's like, oh my God, the first president, first black president. Things are going to be much better. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. And trust me, I'm one of the biggest admirers of Obama. I love the way he conducted himself. Never had an issue while he was in the White House. Nobody can point to something bad he did. But we were also lying while he was in power. He rescued the economy, but the economy never went to the level, never went back to the level it was when Clinton was in office. That's the highest standard. So even though he rescued the economy from the previous president, he was never able to bring the economy back to the same point where Bill Clinton left the economy. And a lot of it had to do with the fact that the Republicans blocked almost everything that he tried to do. So this Obama is gone. Now we get Trump. People are furious. People are feeling behind. They're feeling that the government is not paying attention to us. We need to vote for someone who is not a politician by career. We need to bring an outsider. And that's when Trump popularity comes in, because he's an outsider. He comes in saying he is going to deport, all the illegal immigrants. Here comes Trump, the American savior, the Captain America. Here comes Trump, right? Trump's first government, first term, the economy went up. The economy was getting better. Again, it never got to the point where Bill Clinton left it. It got better. But with Trump comes division. With Trump comes this racist rhetoric. With Trump comes a lot of lies. And honestly, if Trump would have handled, and with Trump came, COVID happened to come at the same time where when Trump was president. And honestly, if Trump would have handled COVID better, if we would have had a better handling of the COVID virus, Trump would have won. But because of COVID and how it was handled, he ended up losing to Joe Biden, which up to this day still says that the 2020 election was robbed. January 6th happened. He told people, go into the let's march into the Capitol. We have to fight for our country. I watched that speech and I remember it like it was right now. So here passes Trump, right? Here comes Joe Biden. Joe Biden finds the economy. The economy was okay. COVID was a disaster. So Biden worked with the COVID issue. So he did the best that he could. But here comes Biden, and Biden has an open door policy for the border. Here comes Biden allows millions and millions and millions of illegal immigrants from all over the world. Biden was a disaster. I'm not kidding you. Biden was a disaster. Yes, we didn't have all the negative stuff that we see from the president, from Mr. Trump. We didn't have, it was a period of, there was not a lot of negative things on TV that you could see. But underneath all that, Biden was not doing his job as a president. Biden was allowing so many millions of immigrants. The economy was not good. Everything was getting expensive. He says he's not going to run. He's a one-term president. Then he decides he wants to run with just 3 or 4 months before the elections. He's falling asleep. He can't talk. Everybody's saying, Joe, you're too old. You can't run anymore. You're not ready anymore. You cannot be the president of the United States, the most powerful country in the world, and be falling asleep on your speeches, and you can't talk anymore. So at the end, within 3 months, they have this emergency meeting. We all know what happens. There was no elections. They pretty much told Kamala Harris, you are going to be the nominee for president. And here comes Kamala Harris. She doesn't have a chance because she didn't have time to prepare. I watched the debates between her and Trump, and she never, every time that they ask her, what are you going to do that's different, to bring the economy, she never told us exactly what she was going to do. All she did was try to be another Trump, try to combat Trump's speeches with her own way. And what I mean by this is, if Trump will say they're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs, she will come up with something outrageous to try and compete and lose strong. So she got lost in the discussion. She got lost in the back and forth, and never actually had a plan for the government. So she ended up losing. Now here comes Trump again. We've all been through the first term of Mr. Trump, which the economy, I'm not going to lie to you, the economy was doing good under Trump. He never got back to the level. Again, none of these presidents after Bill Clinton have been able to bring the economy back to the level where Bill Clinton left it. When he left, the economy was at a surplus. Okay? I don't remember exactly the amount. I don't remember the number, but it was at a surplus. So now here comes Trump. We're all hoping, he's saying he's going, I got to give it to Trump. He said, I'm going to deport all the illegals. I'm going to work on the economy, America first. I'm going to bring groceries down. We are not going to spend more money in this government. We need to bring the national debt down. Mr. Trump has done, out of all the things that he said he will do, he has done one thing, which is the immigration. And guess what? The way he's done a good job on immigration, I am not going to lie to you. But the way the immigration has been done, the way they have executed is not appropriate, and it has been failing. Two US citizens have died at the hands of ICE agents. We've had people protesting on the streets because the ICE agents are going after US citizens. They're going after people, they are racially profiling people just because they look brown or because they have an accent. They are literally beating people up, sending people to the hospital, kidnapping people. US citizens, I'm talking about. Again, he has spent more money. Then he changed his rhetoric. We went from America first to now, and I have another point after this. We went from America first to now we got to take over Greenland. We went to Venezuela and got the president of Venezuela out of there, which I can understand, but that's not America first. Then the Epstein files, he ran all his people ran on, we are going to get the Epstein files released because we need to see what's going on, who is in there. We get the Epstein files released, but they're redacted, a bunch of black pages. Conveniently, only the pictures that shows Bill Clinton are left so we can see, but any other pages are black, just completely black. So that was a lie. The America First, that was a lie. Groceries are still going up. Gas, it's been, up and down a little bit. It hasn't gone up, but it hasn't gone down. He is asking for more money for the military. We have been isolated from pretty much the entire world because the entire world hates us right now. I feel like we've been punked again. And it's on both sides. So we're now in the first year of Mr. Trump, so we still have 3 more years. We still have to see what's going to happen, right? But the point I'm trying to make is the American people have been duped. We have been cheated. We have become a battered wife whose husband continues to abuse her, and we continue to forgive our husband. The husband hypothetically being the government. And I think it's time for us, the American people, to start looking at an independent candidate, somebody who is outside of both parties. Both Democrats and Republicans have failed us, and they have over and over and over and over and over and over and over cheated us. They have over and over and over and over abused us, and over they brought us flowers and they said, here, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do it again. But then the next one comes, the next one is a Democrat, then he does the same. Then the Republican comes and the next one he does the same. Then the next one comes and he's a Democrat, he does the same. Until when are we going to, and I'm talking to the American people right now, until when are we going to be that battered wife who continues to forgive their abusive husband or wife, their abusing spouse? Until when are we going to be that battered person who continues to be abused and we continue to keep voting for the same people? I know that independent candidates are not too popular in the US, but I believe it's time to start looking at an independent candidate. We need to start looking at something different. Aren't you guys tired of being abused? Aren't you guys tired of calling 911 because your spouse keeps hitting you? Aren't you guys tired of just being, every time they abuse you and they tell you, no, we are going to do better. Here's some flowers and chocolates. Now shut the fuck up and be okay. And here we are, we shut up and we're okay. We go vote the next time if it's a Republican in power, next time we'll go vote for the Democrat to see if he does better. But the Democrat will do the same, and then next time here we go and forgive them, then we go back to the government and vote for the next one who's a Republican. It's a vicious cycle the American people have been duped into participating. This is a vicious cycle we have been participating from for years, ever since Bill Clinton was the last good president that we had. Aren't you guys tired of the same game? Think about this. We've been told all the time, no, America first, America first. We need your vote. We are going to make America better. The Democrats say that they're going to do better, but they don't do anything. They don't do shit. The Republicans come in power. They don't do shit. The legislative branch, pretty much all these senators and all these senators, both on both parties, Democrats and Republicans, the House of Congress, all these people are doing in there is getting a nice paycheck, nice contracts, nice side business, getting their pockets filled, getting nice health insurance, while we are paying all these taxes and we continue to be abused. We are like a machine, a money producing machine. We live in this cycle of our lives where we work and work and work and pay taxes and spend and work and pay taxes and spend. And we get to 65, we retire. 3 years later, we're dead. Meanwhile, all these politicians we keep voting for, they keep doing the same thing, getting richer and richer and richer. And, they say America first. Meanwhile, their kids are getting money, they're getting rich, they keep getting contracts, they keep causing wars so that they can give contracts to these companies who make the ammunitions, who make the guns. They start wars just so they can sell the guns. And we keep falling into the same pattern. I think it's time for us to wake up. Oh, the other thing is, before I forget this, they use social media and the news to keep us divided. They know how to play the game. They keep us divided racially. They keep, propaganda coming out from everywhere to keep all of us divided by color, by race, because they know that as long as they can keep us divided, they have the upper end. They can keep getting richer and richer while they're up here getting richer and richer, right? Like up here, and we're down here killing each other over them. And they're together having dinners, making millions of dollars. And here we are down here killing each other because we believe all the propaganda that this government, and when I say this government, I mean the government as a whole, the Democrats and the Republicans. We keep killing each other and they keep getting richer and richer. I mean, we are the United States of America, the most powerful country in the world, the power of the empire of the West. And here we are acting like a battered wife that the husband is always abusing us, and we continue to forgive the husband. When is it going to be time for us to say, you know what? Let's get divorced. We are not doing this anymore. I'm going to leave you. Let's sign these divorce papers, and I'm going to go find me an independent. When are we going to wake up? Are we going to wake up when there's a civil war? Because we are believing these people up in power who are trying to divide us so that we can kill each other while they have the upper end. Don't you guys see it? Am I the only one who sees this? Like, seriously. Am I the only one who sees that we are being tricked into killing each other? This is being done on purpose on both sides. This is being done on purpose to see us divided so they can keep getting richer and richer. Guys, we need to wake up. We need to absolutely wake up. We are being tricked. We are being duped. We need to start looking for an independent. It's time to bring an independent who can run and come and save this country. I think it's time. It's time to do away to push away the Democrats and push away the Republicans and start voting independent. Where are my independent people at? Please comment below. If you're an independent, just give me a thumbs up, hit like, share and subscribe. Keep this video going. I think it's time that we as American people wake up and we go vote independent. We have been played every single time. We have been played. We are up at the national debt is out of hand. We are going broke every day as a country. The value of the dollar continues to go down. They're killing US citizens on the streets. They're racial profiling brown people based on their accent or what they look like. And then on the other side, if we should elect a Democrat next, they're not gonna do anything. They're just gonna open the border again and let all these illegal immigrants come in. And then we're gonna go through the same cycle again. We're gonna go back to the Republican and he's gonna do the same. We're gonna go back to the Democrat, he's gonna do the same. Aren't you guys tired of being in a hamster wheel? Aren't you guys tired of being in this never-ending treadmill, running and running and running and running and running, and the treadmill never stops? Aren't you guys tired of this? Because I am tired. I am tired of both Democrats and Republicans. I am tired of the government. The government wants to keep us divided. I think it's time we have to start looking for an independent. If you guys believe we need to start looking for an independent, voting independent, please just drop a like. Just hit a like there. You don't have to say your name. Just hit like. Just like this video and share it. I think we are to the point where we need to start looking at ourselves as a nation and say, are we going to continue to be the battered wife or the battered spouse? And are we going to continue to forgive our spouse that's being abusive? Our spouse have been abusive for the longest time, and we continue to forgive our spouse. I believe we need to start pushing back on Democrats and Republicans and tell them we are done with you. We're going to start voting independent. I believe we need to do that. And I know that independents are not really popular in this country because the way our voting election system is designed, our party system is designed. But at what point are we going to wake up? When are we going to wake up? Are we going to continue to run on this hamster wheel or on this treadmill going 20 miles an hour and never stopping? Are we going to continue to be duped into believing that the Republicans are going to do better than the Democrats did, or that the Democrats are going to do better than the Republicans did, and they both are not doing anything? Nothing to our benefit. Nothing. Ever since Bill Clinton was the last president who had a surplus in the economy in this country has gone downhill. And Bill Clinton had a lot of, a lot of allegations, a lot of stuff going on while he was the president. Hey, but at least the economy was at a surplus. Ever since then, it's been downhill. And we've had both Democrats and Republicans run the country since then. And we are still getting worse every term. We continue to get worse. We continue to get worse. So until when are you guys, or are we as US citizens, are we going to allow to be abused by the government? Until when are we going to allow the government to abuse us? When are we going to start voting for an independent? When? Think about this. We got to think, especially I'm 47 years old. And at this point in my life, I'm starting to think, what's going to be the future for our kids? Because are they going to just go into the same cycle? They're going to go through the same thing we've been going and our ancestors went through? Are we going to allow them to go through the same thing, find a broken down country and continue to vote into the same cycle with the same people, with the Democrats and the Republicans? Or are we going to grow some cojones and we're going to say, no, we are done with you as a country. We're done with you. We're going to vote an independent in there. So this is my rant for the day. I just believe we are at a point of no return in this country. We need to wake up and we need to vote independent. I am done with the Republican and the Democrats. They will never get another vote from me. Never. I am done with both. Our country has gone from positive to negative, and it's been both sides. It's been the Democrats and the Republicans. Both sides are the same. The country has gotten worse every single term, whether it's a Democrat or a Republican that has been in power. So thank you guys. This was my video for today. We need to wake up. We need to start voting independent. I hope this message gets to, share this message. Just click the share button. It helps the algorithm push the message. And I think we need to reach as many US citizens as possible, because we are at a point of no return. We're at a point where we're about to lose our country, guys. We are about to lose our country if we don't do something. And obviously the two-party system hasn't worked. From here is either we go into a civil war and kill each other because we believe all these people who are in power, or we unite as a country and we push back on those guys on top and say in power and say, you know what, we're gonna unite and we're gonna vote independent. We're not going for neither one of you, neither Republicans or Democrats. We have a choice. We have a choice. Which one is it gonna be? Are we gonna fight each other and please the ones up in power, or are we gonna unite and push back against them and choose an independent? Which one is it? Which one do you think is better? I'm gonna leave it right here. I'll see you guys on the next video. This is JC Diaz. I'll see you later. Peace.